I was in the shower and I saw like this clump of hair in my hand. I was like, right, we know this is real.
We're cancer survivors, and today we're answering questions that you're too afraid to ask.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma at the age of 20.
I was 19.
I was 23 years old.
I was 10 years old.
I was diagnosed with a pilocytic astrocytoma when I was 5. And that's a mouthful for a 5-year-old to say.
Before I got diagnosed, I had no idea that I actually had cancer in my body.
The thought that I had something so deadly inside my body, but I felt perfectly healthy, was something that was really confronting.
It felt like I had sharp stabbing pains in my stomach.
When I lifted my hands, I could feel a pressure on this side of my neck where it was harder to breathe. I had cancer the size of a grapefruit between my neck and the left side of my breast.
Yeah, when people say that you have cancer, you normally think that it's not going to end well, because cancer normally equals death.
At 10 years old, you shouldn't have to think, are you going to make it?
It was extremely isolating, suffocating, and sometimes just felt like I was going down this black hole, and I just had to wait and see if the chemo worked or not.
I lost half of my reproductive system.
My skin colour changed. I went from yellow to sometimes even green.
Months and months of isolation, sleep deprivation, and treatment.
I actually lost all vision in my right eye and have no peripheral vision. Right now I'm filming this on my phone at home, and for a blind girl it's hard to tell if it's level, so I hope you can see me.
I had no eyebrows, I had no eyelashes, no hair anywhere on my body.
I would wake up and it was on my bed sheets and it was everywhere, and it was really hard to watch. And so I decided to have a hair shaving party and get rid of it quite quickly into my treatment with all my friends.
I had this wish for it to grow back blonde and curly.
I thought I wanted it to be curly. Now I don't want it to be curly. I had no idea how much work curly hair was.
I got thicker hair than I'd ever had before, and it was brown and it was curlier than ever.
So there are a lot of costs, obviously, involved in cancer treatment. There's the chemo, the hospital stays, the medication, the radiotherapy.
My mum couldn't work, so we only had one income to support us, and it was a 6-hour round trip for my treatment.
And the government was amazing. They paid for a large chunk of my treatment and really, really supported us financially through my radiotherapy especially.
I feel that I'm a lot more aware of the present moment and all the little beauties of life.
I realised I should be doing something I really love. I dropped everything. I started a design course. Right after my chemotherapy, walked in completely bald and pitched to them why they should let me join their design course.
I've kind of realised post-cancer that I just want to wake up and enjoy the journey of life, wherever I am.
The day after I was diagnosed, I was like, I need to buy something I would never buy. So I went out and I got myself a vlogging camera.
After remission, I just felt like I had to get out. My trip actually took me to Poland, where I did a hiking trip in just my shorts in minus 20 degrees. And that was a phenomenal experience just to uncover kind of the resilience I'd learned.
Cancer was a great excuse to push myself to do things that I've always wanted to do.
So a bit of the frustration that I felt surrounded unsolicited advice. There were a few people who had the best intentions, but told me not to do chemo and that maybe I should just use recreational drugs.
I did have the odd occasion of why me? Like, what have I done to deserve this?
Why can't I be like my other friends?
I go into these little pockets of anxiety every so often where the fear bubbles back up onto the surface. The way that I cope with the fear of reoccurrence is talking about it.
Organizations like Canteen are amazing at just giving support to cancer patients and their families.
It wasn't until I was 19, which is only 2 years ago, that through Canteen I was able to meet people that had the exact same tumour as me, and we got to sit down and authentically chat about and connect over the life experiences that we had, because it was finally someone that knew exactly what I'd been going through.
They're experts and they can help you, but they also don't have the emotional burden of dealing with cancer and being sick as your friends and family might be struggling to deal with.
There's something different about an organization that completely understands what you're going through.
So we've answered all your questions. Don't be scared to talk to us. We're just like you. Bye.